market recap of every trade I took, every trade I should have taken, and every trade. What were the lessons of the week? This week was really hectic for me, personally. This week, the reason it was so hectic is because I did not know that next week is PPI and CPI. I thought after next week is CPI and PPI. So this week had to be had to be used as a way to gather liquidity for next week. So next week should be bigger moves, because I just learned this, because from now on, well, I mean, I'm still gonna trade the previous week, but when I trade the previous week, I'm only gonna take high quality setup where the 4-hour drone liquidity is in line with the 4-hour bias. So even from now on, I just added this rule, right, where let's just say next week, like usually CPI and PPI, they're always at Wednesday or Tuesday, and when it's like that, right? Usually the previous days, like previous week, like saying before the NFP, not NFP, CPI or PPI, are always very, very manipulative, like to this week, right? And for NFP, it's throughout the week, not previous week, but throughout the week is kind of manipulative, right? So that's what may focus next time on. I'm only gonna be taking trades during when there's news happening, like a previous week, like to this example, right? PPI and CPI, when things like that happen for next week, right? I'm mainly gonna focus on two things, right? Two factors I'm gonna focus on is only take high quality setup. I will not take no normal setups, only high quality setup with a 4-hour line of 4 liquidity, right? Prior to that, I will only be taking, prior to that, I'll probably not even trade, and I will not trade London session next week. So Monday and Tuesday. No, Tuesday I won't be trading London session, and Wednesday I will be trading London session because my setup don't work over there when it's London session type of trading. So because my setup doesn't usually get disrespected. But yeah, I just found out, man. If I would have known that, I would have not even taken the trades this week. But yeah, lesson learned. I wrote it down this time, and yeah, take one session, follow every single rule next week. So next week I'm only gonna take high quality setup, only high quality setup, so 4-hour bias, not a 4-hour liquidity, because next week is a bunch of news, right, throughout the week. So yeah, I will only take high quality setup. So if there's at the 4-hour line, the 4-hour liquidity now is not in line with the 4-hour bias, I would not be taking trades. But in the morning, I mean in the Monday, we had a setup, for shorts, but I was looking for a 15-minute confluence, right? And the 15-minute confluence is what, right over here. But I thought I was waiting for the 15-minute confluence to get built up, which ideally I don't need that, because you can see 15-minute time frame right over here, 15-minute for Vega. I was looking for 15-minute for Vega. I was looking to take this short to all over here, right? Because there's a trend line, because I know the market was gonna go down there, and this right here was a high quality setup, right? But over here you can see 15-minute for Vega. I was like, okay, market might give us another reaction down, right? And my entry was before the fair value gap y'all created, so like a minute before the fair value gap, right? So yeah, I should have definitely taken this trade. I was waiting for 15-minute confluence. I was waiting for all over here for 15-minute confluence. Eventually market hit the 5 o'clock mark and I got out. But what was the lesson of this trade? We could get 15-minute time frame confluences from the past. Like, this is not that far away from the market, so this could be counted as a 5-minute confluence, 15-minute confluence. But one thing I gotta keep in mind, that when I'm looking for a 15-minute confluence, right, then I look for a 5-minute confluence, because I have to get a 15-minute confluence, then a 5-minute confluence, right? If we go to the 5-minute time frame, what I gotta keep in mind is that the 5-minute confluence gotta be independent confluence, right? Where it's not in line with the 15-minute, like, say 15-minute fair value gap, like this. You can see right here, this right here is in line with the 15-minute fair value gap. I cannot use that. I have to use something that is not in line with the higher time frame. So either I get a new one to get built, and yeah, like that. I'll give it a quick example of that, right? But this trade was a banger, and now this right here was a high quality setup, so I should have definitely took in here. And over here, literally I had a setup, but it's really low quality setup, and I did not take it. It's not a high plus setup. So next week on, when there's a major news happening next week, like CPI, PPI, and early in the week, like 9 in the past, like if it's after Thursday, if it's Thursday and above, I'm gonna be trading the last week in normal setups. But if it's Wednesday and Tuesday, I'm gonna only take high quality setups, right? Or part time trade. And there's my other trade for I think this is London session as well, right? Or Tuesday. I had a short setup. I was looking for shorts because 400 liquid was bearish, 4 bots is bearish, right? And 100 liquid was bearish as well. 100 bots is bearish. No, 100 liquid was bullish, 100 bots is bearish, right? So I'm looking for a 5-minute confluence. This right here was a perfect loss, because this loss I entered before the fair value gap got created, which is I gotta work on that. Either I have to enter before the 15-minute fair value gap that gets created, or I enter right when it gets touched. I get a get a pullback. But yeah, I just found out that I either enter before, or I let it get reversed, or I let it come back until a pullback and change the drawn liquidity in that specific time frame, usually 15-minute time frame and above, only 15-minute time frame and above, not 5-minute. But yeah, I learned something from that. And yeah, I always enter before it. And easily, the best thing I could do is enter before it, right? Because if I entered, you know what I'm saying, when the fair value gets touched, I will usually get manipulated, and I found that out. But this loss is a very beautiful loss, A+ setup as well. Market gave me a 5-minute building block, 4-hour order block, and 1-hour order block. Entry over there, I was looking for a 5-minute confluence, 5-minute order block. Prior to that, I was looking for a reaction. Entry over there, and TP1 was over here. TP2 was all down here. It never reached, right? Market eventually over here, there was no setup to the downside. Eventually, the market just ripped down, right? Which is unfortunate, but yeah, we were right. So this right here, when the market broke pressure down right here, I de-risked to like right of people, myself right of here. So when the market went back up, I only lost like, I think, instead of losing 200, no, not 250, instead of losing 500, I only lost, I think, 200, right? So it was a really good loss to me, to be honest, right? In this session, I never had a setup, yeah, not an A+ setup. Plus, over here, market never gave me an entry, plus never gave me a setup, you know what I'm saying? So no setups on that. But yeah, that was Tuesday, Monday, New York session with no setup. Over here, really low quality setup. I had a setup to the downside, which was the 15-minute breakup block. I don't use breakup blocks, so that was a really cool setup. Now I take that one as well. And this one right here, I did have a setup to the downside, but it was past my trading time. It was at 12:25 or 45 right over here, no, or to be Pacific at 105 is when I had my setup, right? So yeah, I didn't take that. This right here was another good loss. It was a really break-even trade. This one was an A+ setup as well. You can see before the lucky was bearish, 4 boxes bearish, 1 lucky was bearish, 1 boxes bearish, right? So yeah, market had a sell setup right here. Boom, 5-minute order block. I was looking for a re-entry right here. Boom, market ripped out. I'm looking for another position. Another position which was like right over here, but market just ripped down and yeah, went past my trading, past my entry. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna enter that. I'm cool with entering one position. Tesla over there. Once the market broke down here, put a Tesla right over here. Once the market broke down right here, put a Tesla over here. Market eventually did an impulsive move back up. My take profit was like right over here. Market did an impulsive move right back up. I was like, damn. But I lost, right? My Tesla was right in drawdown. I lost like $50 on this trade, which is cool. Break even trade. This setup Thursday. Did I had any setup on Thursday? I did not have any setup for Thursday, because I did have a setup for Thursday. No, this was New York session. Do I have any setup over here? No, actually, yeah, no. Actually did not have no setup. This right here just said, when I'm looking for a 5-minute confluence that touches this, I'm meant to be looking for a 5-minute independent confluence. So that's because this right here, this 5-minute partial liquidity was paired with the 5-minute, with the 15-minute fair value gap, right? This right here was paired with the 15-minute fair value gap. So I should have not been taking that. I should have looked for an independent 5-minute confluence like this, but yeah, it never gave me a step to the south side. And yeah, this right here was a stupid loss. No, next time is when I'm looking for a 15-minute confluence, I gotta look for an independent 5-minute confluence as well. But yeah, my main goal for next week is to take high quality setup, because next week is a bunch of news. Take high quality setup, follow every single rule, do not break any rules, man. Like, that's what we gotta do. And part of that is look for independent 5-minute confluence. But over here, I had another setup on, this was I think on Friday, right? Yeah, this right here, I took a loss on London session because of the breaker block. I'm not gonna lie. And breaker block, two things are wrong. I took a trade out of breaker block when there was an order block right over here. I took a trade out of that. Prior to that, I took my whole drawn liquidity was wrong. My whole bias was wrong, because my bias market set out liquidity, right? It took out liquidity from the outside, but it came back down and filled the provide get more. So next drawn liquidity dropped back to the upside, right? So yeah, I took a really down trade, and my brain after that got cooked. So at New York session, I had an A+ setup on New York session as well, but here I took a setup. It was a good loss here, personally, to myself. A good loss though, but I learned from that. Don't use breaker blocks, and you do your drawn liquidity, right? So I deserve that. And other than that, I had a setup to the upside, which with this right here was past my trading time for a buys, had a buy setup. It was past my trading time, so this one right here, just put it as a visual, right, just to do it. This one, but it was a plus setup going for the trend line liquidity, which was older over here, right? And I had another setup over here for New York session for Friday. It was a buy setup. Why was it a buy setup? Because market took out liquidity. It was a trend line liquidity happened to the downside. I was like, okay, the market might move up even higher to over here, right? But it never did. But yeah, market told me to get out right here, but I did have a setup. I was looking for a 15-minute confluence, like not 15-minute confluence. I was looking for the 15-minute for value gap, right? Like 15-minute for value gap. I looked for a 15-minute for value gap, right? When I look for a 15-minute for value gap, and like, I mean, who am I talking about? When I was entering the trade, I was looking for a 15-minute for value gap, right? Because I thought the 15-minute for value was gonna get created, but my entry would be for it. So it's up here. TP got smashed. Market eventually got it right here, but it's cool though, you know. But we learned a lot from this week. You know, enter before the 15 fair value gap, enter before the opposing fair value gap. Don't take low quality setups in the when there's upcoming news next week, when there's a news end of the week, then previous week is gonna be used for liquidation slash, you know, saying manipulation. So take really high quality setups. Focus on getting next week. I'm focused on getting high quality setup. But yeah, this week was really a hectic week for me. You know, saying I got cooked. Monday, Tuesday, I lost, but lost a little bit. But Thursday, Friday, bro, my brain was just cooked, man. I couldn't think straight because, like, I made a dumb decision, boom, got cooked. Made another dumb decision, boom, got cooked. But it's cool. Yeah, but that's my market recap. Next week we should come back stronger than ever. Yes, sir.